2 ponytails, look like a sexy schoolgirl, full face of makeup like I came out of Euphoria, black lace body corset and wide glow-in-dark fishnets, little tiny heels. I think my flatmate stole them from me. I should ask her to give them back. Anyway, I look the most stylish of all the girls in the house. So I'm in this bomb outfit and this super handsome guy shows up. We do the opening and he chooses me. Straight away he starts flirting with me. I mean, no one ever flirts with me like that. They usually say something inappropriate or nothing at all, even when they are fit like this one. He looks rich. I mean, he has to be, otherwise he wouldn't be afford coming here. He smells great. I don't usually get such hot guys. We go to my room. He has his hand on my arm and tells me about himself. It feels a little bit like, dare I say, a date? We start to undress each other, leave our clothes all over the place. It's getting hotter. He has the best body I've ever seen and still smells so good. But then he asks me if I have a razor because he needs to shave. He says it's because he respects me. Okay, a bit awkward and the spark is gone, but I go with it. What a disappointment. Now it feels like a job. In the meantime, I tidy my whole room and he starts asking me questions from the bathroom. That's thoughtful. So I tell him a little bit about myself. I feel like I matter and that turns me on again. He's done. We start again. He's a good kisser. One of the best in my career, honestly. He kisses me down my neck, very sensually. He grabs my thigh firmly and slowly goes higher and higher. And then he stops like he forgot something, but no, he starts talking very fast. He says that he'd like to do it properly. Go on dates, because he feels attracted to me. He says that he doesn't want me to think less of him, and I don't. I actually think that the stigma for these men is even bigger than for us. Did you know that most of the time they just want to connect with someone? I know that's not what you hear in the news, but they're not all freaks. Neither are we. But I'm shocked. And speechless. He says that we could go to a pub, get to know each other. Actually, no one ever said that to me. It's kind of sweet, even the shaving part. He doesn't seem like a serial killer, but you never know. So I say to him that maybe I'll think about it and get back to him. For the rest of the time, we just talk. He leaves me his card, and it's been 2 months since then. I know what you're thinking. This is a job like any other, seriously. The media portrayed as dangerous, but think about it for a second. Do we work with wild animals, or play with fire, or swim with sharks? No. They say it's dangerous because of what men could do to us. And that's sad to think that some men are considered more dangerous than sharks. I actually think that a random guy who tries to pick you up in a bar is more likely to be a serial killer than a guy who has to pay a lot of money to come to a place like this one. I haven't been in a relationship since I started working. I got into it because I had huge student loans and debts, and I wanted to pay it back as quickly as possible and never work like this again. Before you ask, I was in foster care. I never knew my parents, so I couldn't ask anyone for help. I stayed because it's not as bad as I thought it would be. but I'm scared to tell people what I do because of the stigma. But if you met me on the street, you'd never guess what I do. I'm normal. I mean, no one's normal, but I do the same things you do after work. I go home, I hug my dog, I turn on the TV, watch Netflix, clean, go shopping. Nothing unusual. We are people too. I wish no one would forget that. But I'm telling everyone about this guy because I don't know whether I should call him or forget about him. Like, did he really mean what he said? Would he be okay with having a girlfriend who's a sex worker? I mean, I have friends who are in happy relationships, so it's not impossible. But what if I call him and he's already dating someone? Or he isn't, but he thought about it and he changed his mind? What if he really meant what he said, that he respects me, and that's why he stopped? I guess it must be hard to meet someone genuine when you are rich and work in long hours. I mean, it's hard enough to find someone genuine when you do a normal job and have a normal salary, so I just don't know what's the problem in me calling him. I'll flip a coin. Heads, I'll call him. Tails, forget about him. If you've got a good enough reason to stop me, stop me. Otherwise, I'm really doing it. No? Not one? Let's do it then.